gonna be late. I'm gonna be, oh no, oh no, oh no. All right, this isn't good. This isn't good. Oh, this is not good. This is not good.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this thing's leaking bad. Hey friends, it's Len here from 1A Auto. So my buddy Phil just gave me a quick call, and this is how it went. Hey Phil, what's going on?
I've got a puddle under my car.
All right, calm down. So what do you see?
Well, it's in the front.
A fluid leak under the front of the car? Okay. Do you smell anything?
No, nothing.
Okay, so we're not worried about fuel. That's good news. What about a sweet smell in the air? You got any type of sweet smell?
No, it doesn't smell like that.
Well, if you don't have a sweet smell and you don't have a gasoline smell, that pretty much eliminates the fact that you might have a fuel leak or even a coolant leak, so that's good. Well, what do you see? You said you got a puddle. What do you see?
I've got like a red liquid.
Ooh, red liquidy puddle? That doesn't sound good. Red means transmission fluid. If you got a transmission fluid leak and it's making a puddle, you can't drive it like that, pal. So now you heard exactly how that conversation went. At this point, I'm gonna make my way under the hood and start taking a look. I'm looking up along the top because of course gravity works. I've got the valve cover up here, that's gonna have oil behind it, and I have a minor seep. I'm not worried about a seep, I'm looking for a major leak from the transmission. So I'm gonna go ahead and look all around where the transmission is, but I don't see anything that could be making a puddle from up here. Let's get this up in the air and have a look. Oh man, he destroyed his transmission pan. Boy, those potholes are something else around here. Anyway, good thing we have a whole bunch of these at 1AAuto.com. I'm gonna go ahead and take this down off of here so we can have a closer look. Okay, so I got that transmission pan down and now I can give it a clear inspection. I'm looking, I don't see any damage to the filter and I don't see any damage to the casing of the transmission. That's all good news. Pretty much at this point, we can get away with only replacing the filter, the gasket, and of course getting ourselves a brand new pan from 1AAuto.com. Now whether you found an issue with the transmission pan or even the oil pan, you want to make sure there are no other leaks. I'm just going to go ahead and take a peek from everywhere pretty much above the area just to ensure there's nothing else that I need to fix at the same time. So I'm over at the bench and I've got both of the transmission pans next to each other. I have the original with the giant gaping hole in it, and I have a brand new 1A Auto transmission pan right here. I want to make sure they're the same shape with the same amount of bolt holes. One thing that I noticed, the 1A Auto pan has a drain plug, which will come in handy. So if anything, I'd say it's an upgrade. With that said, let's get this installed in the vehicle. Okay, it's all torqued, it looks amazing. Let's clean down our mess and get it down on the ground. Okay, I've got my funnel into the transmission. Now I'm going to continue adding the proper amount of manufacturer's specified transmission fluid. Now obviously our situation with the transmission pan was an extreme case. Somebody was driving down the road, hit a couple potholes, and they poked a hole right in it. Now that's not always what's going to happen. Sometimes just parking your car on grass or even sand might actually make it so the pan rots out. Your oil pan can rot out just like this one right here, or even the transmission pan. When this happens, what you might happen to see is a little bit of oil starting to seep out of it. Now obviously this one isn't that bad yet. If I was to turn it a little bit, you can see that I do have a little bit of oil in this area. But that's something that I wanted to mention to you. A little rot hole like that with a little bit of a seep might not necessarily seem like it's such a big deal because you're not seeing a big old puddle on the ground, but if you do happen to see a couple little drips, over time, a couple drips is going to lead to a lot. So you need to make sure you're keeping up on checking your oil and your transmission fluid level, especially if you feel as though you have some sort of leak. Now, what could happen if you did happen to have a fluid seep? If it was the transmission fluid, you're going to find that you have a shiftability issue. You try to put it in drive, try to rev up the engine a little bit so you can make a move. For some reason, the car doesn't move. That's obviously very bad. Or maybe, if to your oil pan, you start up the car, You let it run for a little bit, and you can start hearing a little bit of a rapping noise. Like a tapping noise coming from the top of your engine. Why would that happen? Well, if your oil level's a little bit low, the oil pump isn't going to be able to ship up all that oil to the top of the engine to lubricate everything properly. So things are going to start making noise up there, and you could potentially cause a lot of damage to your engine. Either way, if your oil pan's rotted like this, or your transmission pan's damaged in any way, it only makes sense to go to 1AAuto.com and buy yourself a new one. Now, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned a little something. If there's something in this video that you think somebody might want to know, go ahead and share it with them. It would mean everything to me. If you like the video, or even love the video, go ahead and smash on the like button for me. It would mean the world. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell. That way there you, all of your friends, can be kept up with all of our latest content. Thanks. That's not good. Ready? You really ready this time, Phil? I don't want to keep having to do this, so. That's not good. Ghost pepper? Or what are we doing? Oh, okay. Ready?